Show!
Oh, what a week. Welcome back to the Bastard Show. I'm Andy.
This is Tim.
I'm Chris.
Wow, we're having a great time here tonight.
Oh, we sure are.
This is take two. Well, a lot of interesting things are going on in the world right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
A lot of prejudice, a lot of racism coming out of all places, the National Basketball Association.
Yeah, what is this, 1880?
That's unprecedented.
Well, you know, Tim, it's not 1880. It is 2014. And I'm sure, unless you've been living under a rock the last 72 hours, you have heard of Donald Sterling, owner of the Los Angeles Clippers.
You want me to have hate towards black people?
I don't want you to hate. That's what people do. They turn things around. I want you to love them privately. In your whole life, every day you could be with them. Every single day of your life.
But not in public?
But why publicize it on the Instagram and why bring it to my games?
Wow.
Well, I was right. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it myself.
Well, as Chris laughs,
It's ridiculous.
for the uninformed, this man, he's an 80-year-old guy, really rich. He's on the Clippers for like 30 years, and he has like a half Asian or half Hispanic.
No,
or something.
she's half black, half Mexican, I believe. I could be mistaken,
Hispanic, Chris.
but I think she is from Mexico.
She would still be Hispanic.
Okay, I'm sorry, Andy. I didn't mean to offend you.
I digress. But you did not offend me. I am half Hispanic myself, and I have no, ill will towards people that say anything against them. But that's for another show. Yeah, he was talking to her. Apparently, she's been hanging around Magic Johnson and posing in public, posting pictures online on like Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and her boyfriend, the 80-year-old Donald Sterling, does not like that.
No, apparently he doesn't like that she just posts pictures on the Instagram. He said that he doesn't care if she hangs out with him or sleeps with him or has him over, just as long as she doesn't put a picture on the internet with him.
I mean, he also went as far as to say, "Don't show up at my games with him," because I guess I
thought he said just don't. He said don't bring black people to the games. I thought not him specifically.
See, that's the thing. That's what's confusing. Listening to the audio, to me, the way he sounded was he was specifically talking about Magic Johnson or whatever black guy she's coming to the games with.
I don't think it would have been such a big thing if it was specifically against an individual. But I think that he said that it was don't bring the black people to the games. Just not just one specific person that happened to be black.
I mean, either way, it's quite obvious the guy's racist.
Yeah,
I mean, he sounds like he's a pretty smart guy, so he knows how to say how to voice his prejudice without, clearly saying I don't want black people in my stadium. I blah 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 blah. But there's been a shitstorm these last few days. Mel Gibson goes off. As an anti-Semite, and people still flock to see his movie. It's people will come out with their racist comments time and time again, and I honestly feel this is like top 5 reactions to everybody's flipping out about it. It seems, and I mean, rightfully so.
Well, I mean, part of the thing for me is, if someone is racist, there's really nothing that you can do to change that. But if you're depending on, the black people to come to your games and stuff like that. They've got a huge, black fan base. I mean, why would you even ever say anything about your bread and butter? I mean, just keep that to yourself.
Right.
And, just keep it to yourself. I mean...
like we were talking earlier, your beliefs are your beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
You can believe in whatever you want. Obviously we're strong-minded people. We can be assholes.
That's right.
But, we try to be mindful of others. Sometimes we don't succeed in that and we piss people off.
That's right. That's
Hey,
what
but
we're
some
here for.
people we don't care about pissing off.
That's right.
That's one thing. But the
Yeah.
people we do, we try to, keep that in mind.
Maybe he's just so rich that he doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
I mean, he does have a history of it. He's like, the way he made his money was in real estate. He owns, apartments and stuff like that, and he's made multiple, remarks and been in court, a few times over, violating protected classes, with the housing rights and stuff like
right,
that.
so it's not nothing new.
So yes,
So
it's nothing new.
The
at
question
all.
here is, what should be done about this? And in actuality, there's not a whole lot I don't think they can do.
I don't think
Right.
they can do anything either. I mean, he owns an asset.
Yeah, it's not like you can't. I'm not familiar with the bylaws of the NBA, but and it's pretty unprecedented to say, oh, well, you're not going to be able to own a team anymore.
Yeah.
We're not going to let you own this property, this intellectual property, this stadium, the rights to the team. You're not allowed to own that anymore. They can't do that as of right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any way that they could, just take away the team. However, what's going to hurt him is the sponsors pulling out of the sponsorships. He's not going to have any money to pay, no income to the stadium and for the team. And he's going to have to come out of pocket.
They'll be
for
serving
all that
Town
stuff.
Club soda out of their fountains.
Pretty much.
And
Yeah.
they'll have better made potato chips instead of Lay's.
Oh, that would be horrible.
I
That would
mean,
be-
they could, if they really wanted to, in some crazy way, suspend him and maybe force him away from coming to the games and maybe eventually taking his franchise away. It would be like, let's say you're an owner of or a franchisee of a particular restaurant. You have to run it in a particular way, or else corporate could come in and say, hey, we're taking your franchise away from you because you're not running it in an ethical way or in a particular way we like. The NBA, they could do that if they really wanted to, but they're not going
But
to.
to my knowledge, they've never done something
No.
like that before.
No, but the team has owned teams before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't see
They own
how
the
they could
Pelicans right
they
now.
could legally,
Still.
and it wouldn't be fast even if they could take the team away, because I'm sure you would fight it in court, and that would be a long drawn out battle,
And the players kind of had a little demonstration of not wanting to play for this guy last night by taking their practice jerseys and turning them inside out and throwing them on the center of the floor kind of thing before the
Now,
game.
but here's another issue. So say the guy wants to save face, and he just, I want to get away from it. If he makes a public apology, I'm sure it'll fall on deaf ears, and rightfully so again. But who's gonna buy the team? I mean, I know
I'm
Magic
sure-
Johnson said
I'm
he
sure
would.
there's buyers. There's plenty of buyers. Well, not plenty of buyers, but
Yeah.
there is buyers for that team.
And it's in Los Angeles. Who wouldn't want to own a team in Los Angeles?
But-
Even if they share a stadium with the Lakers, who wouldn't want to own them?
However, I mean, if you do buy the team, what's to stop him if the NBA makes him sell the team? What's going to be the NBA's recourse to say, oh, you have to accept an offer for this much? He's like, well, I want, say he wants $250 million for the team, and the best offer he's got is $200 million.
Can you imagine
Can-
negotiations between him and Magic Johnson?
Yeah.
Be kind of
Yeah.
tense.
I don't know if he would even sell it to him, because
Right, based on-
because is the NBA going to tell him you have to? Because that opens a whole other legal can of worms.
Right, and it sets if all that does shake out, it sets a very, dangerous precedent for not only NBA
but business
for businesses
in general. Yeah.
Like they can go back. Oh well, the NBA did it, so we're gonna take whatever.
What about the players? Do you think the players at the end of the year? Because I personally think they're going to tank the rest of the season, even though if they're in the playoffs. Why would they care to win a championship for this guy?
Well, they want to do it for
I would
themselves.
lose.
They're not winning a championship just for him. They're winning a championship for themselves.
Yeah.
And I really don't think they give a shit about their fans too, because if they really gave a shit about their fans, they wouldn't be accepting so much for a big contract.
Yeah.
So they're playing for themselves.
Do you think they have the right to say to this guy, "Hey, I don't want to play for you anymore if you feel this way, and I want to be released from my contract, or I want to be traded"?
I don't think that they can say it, but I don't think that it'll be granted.
No, I mean because you got to deal with the general manager of the team.
Because think if you tank the rest of the year or the next 3 years, however long is left on your contract, who's going to pick you up? I mean, you're going to be a shitty player, and you're going to be known in the league as a diva.
Yeah, but
it just seems
I
like
think
there's a lot
everybody
of layers
knows.
to this. This whole deal. It's like
This is going to be a long, drawn-out story for the rest of the summer, even after the championship is over.
I mean, if it does
Into
go to
next year.
court, it's going to be this, ridiculous thing. Like, the guy is a bastard. The guy is, he's obviously a scumbag. The way he was talking to the woman, he's not a nice guy. But, it's kind of shitty that this takes precedence over the actual NBA playoffs.
Well, what I find interesting is that this team is the Clippers. Only 2% of LA gives a shit about the Clippers. Everyone's always about the Lakers.
But the Lakers aren't in the playoffs this year.
No, the Lakers aren't in the playoffs, but still, I mean, there's more fans for the Lakers than there are for the Clippers by far.
Yeah.
So I think the team moving to a different city wouldn't be that heartbreaking. No.
Yeah, they're not going to give up that LA money, though, man.
No.
Like,
However, I mean, they didn't start selling tickets till like Blake Griffin came through.
and they started winning.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the only thing I don't agree with this whole deal is people are acting so ignorant. Like, oh my God, he's racist. Oh my God, I can't believe he would say something like that. People are like that.
Especially a lot of elderly people, I mean, because they were born into that, and that's the way they are.
I don't
Not all old people,
I don't
but
necessarily
but
buy
older
into that.
people do sometimes have those tendencies.
But it shouldn't come off to it as a shock. The outrage is kind of overdramatic by some people.
Yeah.
Obviously the reaction is, because to certain people is appropriate. To your fans of the Los Angeles Clippers, black or white or Hispanic or Asian or whoever. That's, they have, a right to be outraged. The players, the coaches, the management, the employees at the stadium, etc. They have, but, random sports analyst, it's a news story, but, freaking out about somebody saying racist remarks, it's a ratings play. I mean, we're only talking about it because it's hot.
People look for reasons to be pissed off. I mean, this is just an example. A guy said something that he shouldn't have, and I don't think it should be as big of a deal as it is. There's plenty of other stuff that's going on in the world today that what one old guy said about people. I mean,
Yeah.
It should be just maybe like a little blurb in the headline.
Yeah, like,
not a congressional act.
Yeah.
Something.
Clippers owner is racist. Players react.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
I mean,
know,
it,
we don't need no-
shouldn't
we
be
don't
a front page news for
our
4
debate
weeks.
on ESPN. I mean, every time I turned on ESPN the last 2 days, it's
It was like a
It's
debate
always been- it's
getting ready to
always
happen,
been-
like
yeah.
presidential debate. What do you think is going to happen, Mr. President? Kind of thing.
and I just think it's it's 2014, and we should kind of look just racism, and I'm not going to say ignore it because that's not the solution, but not give it as much attention as people do because that's validating them. I do think the racial tension in this country it spikes. Trayvon Martin, and other events. It spikes and people get angry and people get heated over one instance that happens in America. It's there. Racism exists, and in my opinion, and being white and half Hispanic, quote unquote, it seems pretentious of me, but I don't care. In my opinion, the best way to get around this is to ignore it. And I know a lot of black people disagree with that notion, but no, that's just how I feel. And if we just ignore this guy, let the NBA take care of it, they're gonna fine him. They're gonna do whatever they need to do, and he'll be gone. We won't have to worry about fucking Donald Sterling, for that matter, George Zimmerman. Don't give him attention. Let him fade away into obscurity, which he almost has until he saves a black child from a burning car.
Did he?
So I don't know if it was a minority, but he definitely saved somebody out of a car that had crashed.
Well, I heard that after the whole Trayvon situation, I heard that he had another gun or something. It was like threatening his wife or something, or girlfriend, or something like that. And now you tell me about this car situation.
But you give.
I mean, that's some guy that's trying to stay in the news.
You give these idiots, you give these assholes too much attention.
That's right.
If someone's personally, I agree. If an African American person, if Asian, Arab, if someone's directly giving you shit, then you can take care of it. Take care of it. I, implore you to. But this whole notion of let's all get on and let's attack this guy, it's crazy. It's just. It's something that, our media is sensationalizing nowadays, and I don't agree with it.
Here's something like today is actually Superhero Day, National Superhero Day. So I'm just gonna skip to the real question, and I posted this on Facebook earlier. Who has more money, Bruce Wayne or Tony Stark?
Donald Sterling.
That is not appropriate.
Man, and you see now you're trying to. I know what this question's all about. You're trying to expose me as a super nerd.
No, I'm not.
You are.
I'm just asking.
I know the
I'm
answer.
just asking.
Because I literally know the answer.
I know the answer too. There's a right answer.
And the answer is Bruce Wayne.
It is because this was Bruce Wayne is kind of set back in olden times. Now Tony Stark has like lots of money, but it's all like technology based. Now if you adjusted for inflation, Bruce Wayne would have more money.
Well, I mean the thing, and see, I knew you were gonna do it. I knew you were gonna fucking draw out the nerd. But the thing is, for comic books, it runs on something called continuity, right?
Oh,
and
please tell.
And it evolves. So even though it's only been 10 years and Batman started in the 1930s or whatever, it's not 1949. It's 2014. And they've, restarted, like, I think they restarted all the Batman, Superman, DC comics.
Yeah.
But it's always adapted to a new present. The present always adapts to the present today. So, the Avengers are, fighting in Vietnam for some reason. I mean, and now they're fighting in Iraq. They're helping the U.S. Army in Iraq.
Okay.
or whatever. But that's how it goes. So you can't really say, oh well, Bruce Wayne has had this money forever. But I mean, as far as their history goes, I mean, the Stark family had. I mean, this is from the movies too, so you don't even have to be a super nerd to know this. But the Stark family went back just as long as Bruce Wayne's family did. But the correct answer is Bruce Wayne. I don't know why. I just know I read it somewhere.
So, since this is National Superhero Day, who is your favorite superhero?
Oh man, that's hard.
I'll tell you who my favorite superhero is. My favorite of all time is Batman. Because he's the only one, besides Iron Man, he's the only one that has like a fatal weakness. He doesn't have any actual, per se, superpowers. But like, if you shoot him with a gun in the eye, he's gonna die. He has actual vulnerable areas.
If you shoot Superman with a kryptonite bullet, he'll die.
Yeah, but where's a regular criminal gonna get a kryptonite bullet?
From Lex Luthor.
Yeah, where you just walk up to him and ask him for
So
something?
I'm sure he would give you one if you
From Top
wanted
Gun
to
shooting range?
To shoot Superman.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like if you shoot Iron Man in the eye, it doesn't matter because he's iron. It's full of metal in the face. But Batman really has actual weaknesses that because he's a mortal man.
I'm a Batman guy myself.
Please elaborate on that too.
I just I like the character. I never really. I'm not gonna lie. I never really got into anybody else. I like Batman. I'm starting to like Captain America a little bit more.
Did you see the movie?
No, I didn't see the movie, but I kind of want to.
Chris liked
I
it.
think I'm gonna wait for DVD for it to come out because I don't have time to go to the movies.
Hail Hydra, right?
And
Hail Hydra.
I'm just not very big on this Spider-Man, Iron Man stuff.
I don't like Spider-Man.
I mean, maybe Iron Man's a good movie, but I've never really paid attention to the movies for very long.
They're good movies.
And I've always thought the Batman movies were good. The Captain America has been pretty good. So those are the kind of guys that I stand by. The DC kind of guys.
My favorite is Spider-Man.
Spidey sense is tingling.
Cause I'm a sarcastic person. I like to think I'm a witty person, and that's what Spider-Man is. He's a regular guy who gets powers, and he doesn't change. He's not stoic. He's not he's not a cookie cutter Superman, or he's a real person, and
I've got
deals with real issues, and he's he knows how to be funny. Like the movies, I mean, it's hilarious. But
I've got a question about Captain America. You saw the movie, I know, because
yeah,
we
we
saw
watched
this
it
movie
together. We sat right next to each other and held hands.
Wait a minute. I before you say anything, I've got a Spidey sense coming in right now. Hold on just a second. Wait for it. There it is, my Spidey sense.
Anyways, yes, Captain America.
Now, this isn't a spoiler or anything, but in the beginning of the movie, he's running around the park,
Right.
and then someone mentions to him, "Oh, this is the name of the song you should listen to," and then he's got this list that he's writing down all the
Right.
songs that he should listen to. Now, what was he doing for the past 40 years?
He's been frozen.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well,
I didn't know that. I thought he was just like surviving.
In the
and
first
walking around.
Captain America movie, it's set in World War II.
I figured that.
He fights, whoever, and in the end, there's this big plane, and there's a cube in there that has a lot of power. And in order to get rid of the cube, the plane's crashes into the Arctic Circle, and he, freezes in a glacier.
Oh, okay.
And well, because he has like a human serum called Super Soldier in him.
Yeah.
So he can survive. Like a normal human obviously can't be. It's not like Encino Man. He's not gonna fucking live in ice.
They should make a part 2 of that.
They
That was
should.
sweet.
Dumb sequels. I would watch that. But he can survive in the
We use
ice.
the juice.
And Nick Fury and the Shield organization, they find him at the end of the movie and they reassimilate him into modern times. So that little notebook is like, I should listen to fucking Sinead O'Connor. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what that was all about.
I didn't know that. I thought he was just kind of lived his life for the last 40 years, and I'm like, well, why wouldn't he have an iPod? He just learned to use that.
No, yeah.
even though he's 90 years old.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of other interesting things going on this week.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
You know, Facebook news, you know, you have a lot of interesting people on our Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of interesting stories. And, you know, one story came to mind, a nice little thing we should talk about is marriage proposals.
Absolutely.
What would you consider a fail as far as a marriage proposal goes? Like, the situation.
Anything where she would say no.
I don't know, doing a marriage proposal, like, for example, I've seen a White Castle commercial where people were doing marriage proposals. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I saw that too.
And a White Castle, like that.
You have a fucking ring in a White Castle's box. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Give her a chicken ring.
burger.
Is it a burger?
Oh, dude, it's all slimy.
Yeah, not only do you get a diamond ring, you get the fucking burger shits after you leave here, Tony.
Yeah, and the fucking mustard,
Yeah.
dried mustard in the fucking cracks of your ring.
I love you, honey.
And you get a
I'll
handshake from the
night in
manager on your way
bathroom.
out the door.
Oh, thank you for coming and sharing your special moment here at White Castle.
They didn't even comp your meal.
I would think, I don't know, a marriage proposal at a bingo hall, something stupid like that. I don't know, maybe at a bar. I think that would be a little.
When Jaws pops out of the
Yeah.
water.
What about at a
Series.
sporting game where they ask you on like the jumbotron?
Oh my god, I would never.
I don't think I would be able
consider
to do that because, for one, you're putting the girl under pressure in front of thousands of people to say yes, and I really sometimes think the girl wants to say no.
Was it us three that went to that game? And
Yeah.
the guy
Yeah.
proposed to the girl.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
It was last year at the Tigers
Yeah, I
game,
remember
and the guy, he was like a couple rows down from us. Like, we were watching on the screen, you know, oh, will you marry me, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, whatever. And then I looked down, and there's the fucking camera guy, and the guy's on his knee, like, literally 4 aisles down on the other side of the aisle from us. And here's the problem with that. So, you got a bunch of happy people. I did air quotes for that. You know, what happened to this couple is everybody in our section would not leave them the fuck alone. Everybody had to be like, "Oh, congratulations!"
Yeah,
on your
I
marriage
do
proposal."
remember that. I do remember
Like
that.
there was, because I was watching them afterwards, and some lady came up and handed the guy her card. Like, obviously she's like maybe a caterer or does flowers. Like, why would you want to propose in public when you're gonna be fucking bothered like that? It's supposed to be, I hate to get sentimental because this is the Bastard Show, but it's supposed to be kind of like a sentimental moment, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never proposed.
And what
to
if your girlfriend doesn't even like baseball?
Yeah, what if she's just there to fucking drink and
Yeah. And
Yeah.
just there.
Drink.
Yeah.
People watch.
oh, I would have rather you have proposed to me in a nice Italian restaurant
Exactly.
or at SeaWorld.
Can you imagine the ride home if she would have said
Oh,
no?
I would have left her.
Exactly. In the middle of Detroit. Just, in the grass there.
You fucking stay here. Here's
But-
$20.
You think about what you've done.
Yeah.
What other sporting events do you think would be, I guess, not the best way to propose to somebody?
NASCAR race.
Tennis,
NASCAR race? Now let's go with the NASCAR race.
bowling.
What about that NASCAR race wouldn't you think is great or
Legit.
classy about proposing?
Well,
Now, does it have
NASCAR
to
in
be-
itself isn't classy.
Exactly. Does it have to be NASCAR? Can it be a smaller, toned down version, local version of NASCAR?
Anything that involves cars driving in a circle
Exactly.
would be kind of. I mean, now here's what you have to take into account. It's all based on how they feel. It's their moment, obviously. And if they're both into it, they're both into it.
What if the moments leading up beforehand haven't always been the greatest?
Then it's like you're, throwing a fish in a barrel. Like, who knows what's going to happen.
Like the previous relationships or the
within
events of
past
that day.
6 months, you've changed your mind over and over and over again and publicly stated this over and over and over again.
It's like I said, if it's something both people are into,
Yeah.
fine, whatever, do what you got to do. But it's on the outside looking in. Oh no.
So let's say somebody were to propose to somebody at, I guess, let's say a speedway event.
A gas station?
No. We'll call it a racetrack.
Ah.
Okay.
What about that particular proposal would make you just hysterically start laughing? Like, this is just
If there was
the
a car crash.
absolute worst thing I am watching, but it's
I
hysterical.
would love to see the like random weird people like watching,
Yes.
like
People,
'cause-
people with mullets.
because
Yes.
like if you do it in like a fine dining restaurant or something of the sort, you know, you got, you know, people that look nice, you know, it's a nice event, so it's a classy,
Swanky.
swanky kind of fucking deal. But if you're doing it at a racetrack, at a racing event, it's
Room.
let's
you got people in their
say
tank tops and,
Yes.
you know, drinking a beer, watching you propose.
in their flannels.
Cut off jean shorts.
Yeah, cut off jorts, like watching you propose.
With the pockets hanging out of
And
the
then,
bottom.
I mean, if I want people to cheer for me after I successfully propose to a girl, I want it to be like nice. I don't want
No.
like the trash.
Yeah, but
Someone's gonna hand you a
let's
can
say-
of Bud White,
Bud White.
Bud Heavy.
Let's say
Congratulations, brother.
But the point is that what about during this proposal? Little things that you would see go by. What about that particular moment?
Tractors,
The jam car.
Now, when you say tractors, you know,
The pace car.
it's just what about it? You know, what about it? Oh, thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Kenny, for chiming in with that. Thank you very much, Kenny.
Yeah.
But what about that? You know, what about that makes you laugh? Is it just
It's so random
Country
and
bumpkins.
it's so out of place, you know. But
Do you think they took their 50 winnings to go and buy that ring beforehand?
maybe, you know.
Do you think they went to Jared or Walmart? And this is why Walmart stock has taken a plummet this week.
I did see that picture of the wedding bands that they sell now.
Although, I think proposing in a Walmart would be the absolute worst
Yeah.
thing ever.
You know what would be worse?
because
I mean, you just can't go any lower
if
than
you
that.
have two racing fans, two people that enjoy the sport of racing, if you want to call it a sport, all right,
It's not a
touche,
sport.
touche. They both enjoy the racetrack. They both enjoy whatever is driving around in a circle.
Jorts.
But there's not two people in the world that love Walmart that much that they want to get married in one.
Although, it's happened.
Oh yeah, obviously. But you know, it's just people not thinking straight. But yeah, I mean that's how I feel about it. You know, it's you know
could get,
people are
you
free
could
to
get
do
married
what they
in an
want.
igloo in front of the Eskimos.
You could get married in an elevator.
I guess the bottom line is, guys, people can get married however they want. They can propose however they want,
As long as they're in love.
as long as they're in love, real
And at
love.
the end of the day, 2
And-
months down the road, they'll change their minds probably.
But that doesn't mean that I can't make fun of them. A special shout out to my friends Nikki and Mark. They are actually getting married, and their wedding proposal was amazing. I say that I'm trying to be a bastard. I'm trying to be an asshole. But like they were overlooking a mountain, and they were on a cabin, and he walked up behind her and surprised her. It was a great. So I want to give a shout out. They're getting married next month. I can't wait for the reception. It's going to be great. And yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for us this week, guys.
Wait a minute, time out. We've got one more topic.
We got one more
I
topic.
think we have one more topic. Yeah, we have one more topic. Don't worry about the
All right, well, we'll make it a quick topic.
tattoos. What would be the worst choice for tattoos?
Well, obviously, names are right up on the top
Names.
of the list.
Or misspelled ones.
Misspelled
Misspelled
tattoos.
names.
Misspelled like tattoos.
Now, let's say-
or like you see someone, they get like that whole like slogan like on their back, and they forget like a word or something.
Yeah, like
I seen a man the other day doing some work who had a tramp stamp. I don't know. He was doing a tramp stamp on a wall or something, or a fence. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But here's something interesting. A girl was dating this guy for a while, got his name tattooed on her, got her covered up with something else after they broke up. They just started dating again, and now she gets his name tattooed back on her.
That's
Is that not the dumbest fucking idea ever in your life?
Now, say
Pretty
you
dumb.
do that dumb idea and you get the name tattooed. The best tattoo I've seen though is a guy. He had names going up his arm: Jessica, Amanda, Sarah, whatever. And as soon as he broke up
Beatrice.
with,
he would put
crossed them
across
off.
to him. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there was another guy. He had Lauren, like on his hip or something. And once he broke up with her, he had the Ralph Lauren logo tattooed on him and put Ralph.
That's even worse.
I know. Like, what's the point of having a Ralph Lauren fucking tattoo? But yeah, names and misspelled grammar.
There was one a few years back when the Cardinals were in the World Series, and some guy had like the wrong date that they won the World Series or something like that. They misspelled like the word Cardinal.
Oops.
And it's like, seriously, this is going to be on your body for a very long time. Make sure everything's right. Proofread it, triple proofread it. Have 5 people on the street proofread it.
Yeah. No, make sure your tattoo artist
Isn't
Spell
drunk?
it. Yeah.
isn't wasted.
Make sure you're getting the.
But yeah, I mean, definitely you got to look at
VIP experience.
improper shading, getting people's faces tattooed.
Yeah.
It's never a good idea.
No.
I don't think there is a tattoo artist out there.
They end
that-
up looking like ghouls all the time.
You know, and smart people that like to spend money on tattoos and like to get expensive tattoos by good artists. Those smart people aren't getting people's faces tattooed, so there's really never a good face tattoo. It's always dumb people with no money going to the cheap guy.
Yeah.
And it looks so bad.
It does.
There's websites, and I'll try to find one and post it on the Facebook page, but there's websites where they have galleries of just terrible tattoos, like especially the face tattoos. So we'll go ahead and post that content for you. We'll get out that Donald Sterling audio, take a look, listen for yourself, see what you think. Next week, I think we can announce we have a very special guest next week.
Oh, we do.
If you guys are interested in cryptocurrency, which I doubt you are,
We have an experienced gentleman coming on the show
we
next
have
week.
a cryptocurrency.
Brian Mills will be on the show next
expert.
week. Give it up for Brian Mills, ladies and gentlemen. Or only
Brian
gentlemen.
Mills. Keep an eye out. We're still working on our videos. We might have a few prank videos coming up soon.
Oh, yeah. Live video coming soon.
We're going to just start uploading random stuff.
Give us some feedback this week.
Bastard tidbits, maybe we'll call it something like that.
Share our page on Facebook, for God's
yeah.
sake.
Follow us on Twitter at The Bastard Show. Obviously, like us on Facebook.
Like us, and Tim will personally give you $5.
Yes, and you know what? We have a special giveaway for our 40th like on Facebook. We will be personally mailing you a test to take in the mail, and you have to display your results on Facebook.
Yes,
it's a
it'll
gift
be-
from us to you,
it'll be fun.
and it's going to be full of laughs and
Yeah.
maybe some sadness.
Terrible
But
surprises.
We all want to know what the results are, but it's a fun test, and it's our gift to you for being our 40th like on Facebook. All you have to do
tell
is
your
just
friends.
give us your address, and we will happily send it to you.
Tell your friends about it. Maybe they can get in on it. Wow, we ran a pretty decently long show.
Oh, yeah.
If you're listening right now, thank you for sticking through.
And if you're not listening, then fuck you.
Fuck you.
Get fucked.
We're
Because this shit's entertaining.
we're working on it.
It's hard work. Hard work
Yeah.
and dedication.
So
You people, some of you don't even have the personality of a brick fucking wall, so.
yeah. So from the Bastard Show, I'm Andy.
This is Tim.
And I'm Chris.
All right, have a good week.
Get fucked.